Okay, I bet a lot of you have never seen a tool like this before. Or maybe there's a few of you, but I certainly have never seen something like this before. This was a specialized machine made specifically for putting the door locks and door handles in. So you bring your door over and you put it in here, and then stepping on this pedal, you can lock it up into place. And then this machine does 3 different operations. The first one uses this chain mortiser right here to plunge down and make the cuts for this portion of the door lock right here, so it could fit down into the door. So you pull this handle right here, and there's an automatic switch on the back that then turns the motor on, and you'll plunge down. This guide will sit on top of your door, and then the chain will go down into the door and hog out all that material. Right here, you'll see that there's a little sacrificial piece of wood that acted like a splinter guide to prevent too much splintering on the one side. And then this is the switch right back here. You'll see when I plunge down, it clips on, and that turns the motor on. And then when you come back up, it shuts it back off. Now the second function of this machine happens right beside the chain mortiser, and it's this one right here, which if you look closely, you'll see that there's a router bit right down here. And if you look on this locking mechanism right here, you'll see that there's this plate now that we need to make room for so that it sits down into the wood. Okay, so you can see the router bit is right here, and then you can use this lever and you can pull along, and then the router bit will plunge down and make that hole cut all along. And there's stoppers on each side that will prevent it from going too far left or too far right, so that piece fits in just perfectly. And then you use this lever over here and this lever right here. This one will move the router back and forth to make the cut, and this one will plunge down to the correct depth. And then you'll see on this side of the machine and the other side, you've got this rotating bar right here with different stoppers. So if you're doing the router function, you can turn it to the ones that correspond to the stops that you have to have for your router. Or if you're doing the mortising, you can turn it to the one for the mortiser. And then finally, this is for the third step that I'll show you here, which is a drill motor that's attached to like a Forstner bit that is now going to go in from the front direction to cut the holes for the door handles. And you use this handle right here to plunge in and out and cut those, using the stoppers to tell you exactly where to cut the holes. And that's to make the holes for the door handle and the key.